Hi there, hello, and welcome back to Action Figure Obsession on the Avian and Loaded channel. It's me, your old pal, Avian and Loaded, and we have here a couple of unopened figures, a little toy hunt bounty, and I was talking to a friend about the two figures that I picked up, and suddenly the contrast hit me that we have a character that I deeply love in a kind of mediocre figure form, and a character that I really don't care anything about, that is one of the best Marvel Legends ever, and is just a beautiful figure. And of course, I had her and sold her off years ago, and she's come down in price quite a bit in the ensuing years. And I just thought that was an interesting contrast. So, a beloved character, mediocre figure, and then beautiful figure. And Angela is just not really. I mean, Angela had a wild journey through comics, being created by Neil Gaiman and introduced in a Spawn comic book drawn by Todd McFarlane. And then McFarlane didn't keep his financial end of the bargain up, as I understand it, so Neil Gaiman sued him for ownership of Angela. And he got the ownership of Angela and then sold her to Marvel, and then turned out to be a creeper and stalker and all kinds of weird shit, Me Too stuff. So Neil Gaiman, creep. I'm glad that buying this does not give him any, buying it on the secondhand market doesn't give him any benefit whatsoever. Screw him. And then of course the the somewhat outdated. I think this came out in 2012. First of all, this one, Angela, is a Marvel Legends figure from 2017. This one from 5 years before that is technically not a Marvel Legends figure. It is an Avengers figure. It is if you can see that embossed into the plastic there, movie series figure. It is only available at Walmart, or at least only was available at Walmart. It was a Walmart exclusive, part of their Avengers line. Almost the only thing that even suggests that it's connected to Marvel Legends is that it uses that same sort of font and call out style in the lower right hand corner, in that little sort of explosion that says collector's base included. That's very reminiscent of the Epic Heroes and Return of Marvel Legends that Hasbro did back around 2012. Back in the boxes, just why not? Here we are. What do you got better to do? This shows your team. Assemble your team. Of course, who would you want on your Avengers team? Well, of course, Iron Man and the Hulk and Captain America and Hawkeye and who else? Anybody else? Oh, only one other person. Loki. Well, yeah, Thor too, and Loki. Anybody missing there that you can think of? I guess they weren't comfortable sculpting female figures yet back then. I don't know where Black Widow is in all of this, but that's your Avengers Hasbro movie series figures from 2012 anyway. And then, of course, Angela gets a dramatic, that looks to me like maybe an early digital render. I'm not sure if that's artwork or a picture of the figure or not. Certainly looks like it's the figure. I see thigh cuts and stuff. So the other figures in the wave, just for fun, it was the hell was his name? Titus. The Titus Build-A-Figure wave. Titus the Tiger. I think the only thing I ever had from that was the head and one of the legs. And of course, this one I think comes with one of the legs. But you had your Drax, you had your Yondu, you had your, what the hell was he called? I'm cheating. I'm looking. What the hell was he called? Oh, boy. I hit my head. Yeah. Oh, I see. It's upside down. All right. I got to pick it up. I don't have my glasses on. Everybody else I know. Why is this guy? Oh, it just says Masters of Mind. Well, that doesn't help any. That must have been one of those running change dealios. Anyway, it was that guy that ended up in the Avengers, and he came with a Captain America shield. Number 4 there. God, what was his name? And then Angela, and then Darkhawk, and the little baby kid Nova that was on this teenage Spider-Man body. And now, these days all Spider-Man bodies are teenage, basically. And then, of course, Star-Lord. This was the Guardians of the Galaxy. Was it 2? Or was it the first? I mean, I think it was the first Guardians of the Galaxy wave. Oh, God, what is that guy's name? Why is it... He was in the Avengers. There was a recent figure of him. Ah, damn. Yeah, I can't remember. Doesn't matter. He's a sucky character anyway. But yeah, I can remember sort of lusting over a couple of waves that came out in 2017 at a local hobby shop that doesn't sell action figures anymore. 2017 wasn't a terrible year for Marvel Legends. There was some pretty good stuff that year. That was it the SPDR wave of the Build-A-Figure wave? The one that came with like the Lizard and all those guys. Oh, maybe Lizard was the Build-A-Figure of that wave. Never mind. Yeah, I think the Lizard Build-A-Figure came out in 2017, or it could have been 2016. And it really doesn't matter. It's all very irrelevant now that you think about it. But anyway, so yeah, the contrast here. Sorry if I'm rambling. I'm sorry I am rambling. I'm not going to say if. The contrast here really, once it hit me, it really struck me that it was not that great of a figure, but a character that I love and would like to have at least one of each example of. And then, of course, a character that in the grand scheme of things, I have no affection or nostalgia for, but just absolutely adore as a beautiful example of what the Marvel Legends team can do if they really want to try. And I think we'll just, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to open them both up in this video or if I'm just going to do Captain America. But let's just think about it for a second, and then we'll figure it out. So here's Captain America on his stand. Again, technically not a Marvel Legends figure, undoubtedly made by the Marvel Legends team or in the next room. But I'm not looking a million miles away from Chris Evans from the first Avengers movie. Unfortunately, it has those ball-jointed hips that I despise. But it's a T-joint and not a Y-joint, so that probably makes them a little more workable. Weirdly, absolutely no wrist articulation. The only articulation is at the top of the glove there. That does swivel. Double-jointed pinned joints because, pins were the thing back then. Nice silver paint on the shoulders and on the star for the chest. See if the head looks reasonable. I don't see any huge defects or weirdness. No visible ears, which is usually a good thing with Marvel Legends because they often have some paint slop on the ears when his ears are sticking through the holes in the mask or under the helmet. Got him on the little stand that he comes on. If you bought every figure in the series, that all went together into a circle, and then you could fit all the figures on there together, and they could stand around in a circle, kind of like everybody did in the movie, except one of those people was Black Widow, and there is no Black Widow, and Loki was not part of that circle. So that's a little strange, but, sexism and disappointing consumers are nothing new to the world of action figures. What am I trying to do? I'm just trying to stand this damn thing up. Oh, you son of a bitch. Of course. Everybody lets me down. Stay just like that. That damn thing won't stay up. I feel like it should balance. There we go. All right. So the straps on the shield are really weird. They do like a double loop through the frame here, so that you can have it hang onto his arm. You can see how weird those gooey looking straps are, or you can also unwind it and have it on his back, so the shield goes around on his back. It is a relatively small shield, even by somewhat modern Marvel Legends standards. I'm asking the universe to make this damn thing stand up, but of course it won't. That's just too much to ask. Let me see here. If I can finagle it. putting him on the stand probably made him, paradoxically, unwilling to stand. He has a really long, kind of almost giraffe neck, which I remember now. I had this figure once before, and I remember that being one of my least favorite things about it. Can you just stand up? Is that too much to ask? All right, hold on. Just watch that for a minute. Just watch that picture of nothing for a moment. Very gummy. I'm kind of manipulating the elbows here. Very, very gummy. Very, very gummy. Yep. He almost wants to stand up. Maybe if I put, yeah, of course. Maybe if I put the shield back on him, maybe then he'll find it in his heart to stand up for me. Can you do it, Steve? Stand up, soldier. I was just thinking the shield might add a little balance in the front. Look at him. Oh, there. He's standing up now, isn't he? All right. There we go. That's fine. Whee! We're having all kinds of fun here today, folks. Let's get rid of this damn thing. Useless. Anybody who's been collecting 6-inch Hasbro figures for any length of time, well, at least since the early 2010s, 20 teens, probably has a few of these in their fodder bin, and they kind of suck because the pegs aren't really compatible with most modern Marvel Legends. His feet did go on those pegs, but I don't know that they would for other newer Legends. Let's see how he compares height-wise to the god of all Marvel Legends Captain Americas, and that is the... Whoa! He just knocks him right over. That's not very nice at all, Steve. That's not very nice at all. This is a terrible video. I apologize for that. I don't know why he can't just stand up other than the fact that it's a Hasbro product, and, why would you expect anything to do with it, what it's supposed to do, right? There we go. All right. Do not let them make contact with each other. Do not let them make contact with each other. And we're back. And it appears that the 20 years Captain America has a bit of a height advantage, perhaps a quarter of an inch on, yep, and now he can't stand up either. This is, the whole day's going really well so far. How about yours? You having a good day? You having a good day? I made the mistake of having tacos for lunch, and that didn't end well. That's a whole other story. And then we have the other movie series figure that I have. This one came out previously. This is the World War II Captain America. With a shield from another figure, and a rifle from another figure, and a pistol from another figure, and a head from another figure. But the body is the same size, and you'll see even on that little G.I. Joe stand there, he's still shorter than the Avengers 2012 movie Captain America. Yes, keep on falling down. Angela probably won't fall down this much. Any thoughts about that, Steve? Any thoughts about that? About your inability to... There we go. All right. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it when I bought it. So what will basically happen is I'll stick him back on the stand, and he'll be in my Captain Americas here on the work table, and eventually at some point he may go into a display of some kind. I don't really have an MCU figures display per se anymore, but maybe I'll figure out something to do with them. Maybe it was just $25 thrown down the toilet. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Cap? Yeah. All right. So, yeah, so far I'm not feeling really good about today's toy hunt, honestly. But it is what it is, as they say on TV. I wonder what Angela's doing. So the good news is Angela can stand up. The bad news is, she still comes with these crappy axe things that I remember from when I had her before. One of these also came with Spiral, the retro X-Men carded Spiral. And I watched a review from that Robo did for the Whoosh back in the day. And it was very apparent from his review that he wasn't even going to use these. And I think he made the right choice. I was never happy with these, but I do like her sword, and her scabbard connected to her butt skirt, as Robo called it, is bent. I remember it was bent, a little warped. Um, so all the more reason not to put the sword in there, not to warp the sword. Angela, as you may recall, originally was in Spawn comics as an angel assassin. Later on, sold by Neil Gaiman to Marvel Comics and became the long lost daughter of Odin and the brother. Oh my God, families are complicated. The daughter of Odin and the brother sister. Oh my God, the daughter of Odin and the sister of Thor. Thank you very much. Holy free holies. I noticed a little paint slop there on her thigh. Some call it battle damage. I've never seen that before, though. That wasn't on the one that I had before. Otherwise, as you can see, this is a rare example of Hasbro actually giving us reasonably good comic book style anatomy on a female character. It is a bold take on the character and a bold vision costume-wise. I believe the original costume was designed by Todd McFarlane, but I think this design, if the internet isn't lying to me, was based on artwork by Joe Quesada when they first introduced Angela back into, or not back into, but into the Marvel Universe as a Marvel character. And apparently she was in the Guardians of the Galaxy, at least in the comics, for a while. I don't think she was in any of the movies. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just leave a comment down below. Yeah, that's really bugging me. I'm gonna have to see if I can get some nail polish remover to get rid of that paint mark on her leg. Make sure it is just paint and not a scratch. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just try a little rubbing alcohol first and see what happens. But anyway, yeah, this is Angela. She was $45. She'll be great in my Asgard display with Thor and Odin and Loki and the Destroyer and Death's Head, who I have in my Asgard display because I just don't know where else to put him. But she is a beautiful figure. Again, a beautiful figure of the character that I really don't care about versus this truly, I was going to say mediocre with this Captain America, but after getting him out and even just trying to get him to stand up and pose and the crap with the straps on his back of his shield and the super gummy elbows. You can see the elbow piece is barely there. Like there's not even much plastic to it. So it's not very sturdy. His belt doesn't like to stay up apparently. Yeah, so I don't regret getting Angela. That was money well spent. I'm glad to have her back in my collection, even with the battle damaged left thigh there. But this Captain America, I guess I took one for the team. Maybe someday they'll give us a better 2012 Avengers movie Captain America, and I'll be like, but I bought this one. Can I trade it in? Oh, did I mention this is Titus's leg? The Titus Build-A-Figure, some kind of cosmic tiger character. I guess it's the swirly twirly gold plastic, and then they painted the lower, like that part, the black there on it. I think they painted that, and then the rest of it is cast in that very dark charcoal, almost black color. But here we are anyway, straight from my favorite vintage toy store over in Vermont. Two interesting examples of where an action figure obsession can take you. 2.5 if you want to count the leg. I probably will just throw the leg in the trash. I'm never going to be building the Titus Build-A-Figure, and I don't really interact in any communities anymore with people that are looking for stuff like that. I didn't want to regret getting this Captain America. Thankfully, he was only about the price of, actually a little under the price now, of a standard Marvel Legend. At least there's that. He was only $25, but he's just not great. He's just not great. I'm going to have to try to get him into some kind of a pose that will make him just not look like an awkward, janky piece of crap. Or maybe I'll just stick him just like this. in with all the good Captain Americas that I have here in the toy room. I have a lot of them, an awful lot of them. You know, it's just one more Cap in the collection, and that's, I guess, when I grabbed him, I knew that's what I was doing, just adding one more Cap to the collection. So here he is, and Angela, I am much happier about. I even with the gash on her thigh, I'm still happy to have this beautiful figure back in my collection. I think she is a stunning piece of work. Probably a, certainly if not top 10, then top 20 of all time Hasbro Marvel Legends figure. In terms of the quality and the way that they nailed the character, they did a great job. So for as much crap as I give Hasbro, I have to admit, it's figures like this that just keep sucking me back in. This is the second, possibly the third time that I've owned Angela. And, I've made a sacred vow that I won't have any more purges, so hopefully she'll stay in my collection right until the end, if you know what I'm saying. Yep, so that's it. That's Action Figure Obsession. This is what it's all about. Everything in this video that you've seen. If you haven't yet succumbed to having an action figure obsession, this is your last warning. It can take you places like this, but you might get places like this too. It's you never know. It's a crapshoot or a capshoot, as the case may be. If you like the video, oh, by the way, look how tiny his shield is. It's like a hubcap. He's defending himself with a hubcap. Maybe that's what I'll call him, hubcap. Yeah. Look how it compares to the Marvel Select shield. That blots out the whole thing. The total eclipse of the shield. Yeah, if you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Leave your comments below. And did you ever have this cap? Did you find some way to make it worth having? Because I'm nothing but regret on that one, I think. But Angela's pretty great, right? Am I right about that? You have Angela, you're happy with her. I bet if you have ever had her, you probably still have her because she is a great figure. And she can go with a Spawn display, I should have mentioned. Like, she's 7 inches tall. She can easily go into a Spawn display next to one of the modern McFarlane Spawns. That might be what I end up doing with her. Maybe the Spawn from Spawn and Batman. That Batman Spawn crossover Spawn. That was a nice figure. Unlike some figures I could mention. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you feel like you want to see me make more mistakes like today, feel free to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell, and that way YouTube will notify you anytime I make more bad decisions and succumb to the weakness of an action figure obsession. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Action Figure Obsession. I do appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one.